This is a video from eSkillZone. For more videos, notes, and certificate, please visit www.eskillzone.
Cybersecurity is important because it protects all categories of data from theft and damage. This includes sensitive data, personally identifiable information, PII, protected health information, PHI, personal information, intellectual property, data, and governmental and industry information systems. Without a cybersecurity program, your organization cannot defend itself against data breach campaigns, which makes it an irresistible target for cybercriminals. Both inherent risk and residual risk is increasing, driven by global connectivity and usage of cloud services like Amazon Web Services to store sensitive data and personal information. Widespread poor configuration of cloud services paired with increasingly sophisticated cybercriminals means the risk that your organization suffers from a successful cyber attack or data breach is on the rise. Business leaders can no longer solely rely on out-of-the-box cybersecurity solutions like antivirus software and firewalls. Cybercriminals are getting smarter, and their tactics are becoming more resilient to conventional cyber defenses. Cyber threats can come from any level of your organization. Workplaces must include cybersecurity awareness training to educate staff about common cyber threats like social engineering scams, phishing, ransomware attacks, think WannaCry, and other malware designed to steal intellectual property or personal data. The proliferation of data breaches means that cybersecurity is not just relevant to heavily regulated industries like healthcare. Even small businesses are at risk of suffering irrecoverable reputational damage following a data breach. To help you understand the importance of cybersecurity, we've compiled a post explaining the different elements of cybercrime you may not be aware of. If you're not yet worried about cybersecurity risks, you should be. Cybersecurity's importance is on the rise. Fundamentally, our society is more technologically reliant than ever before, and there is no sign that this trend will slow. Data leaks that could result in identity theft are now publicly posted on social media accounts. Sensitive information like social security numbers, credit card information, and bank account details are now stored in cloud storage services like Dropbox or Google Drive. The fact of the matter is, whether you are an individual, small business, or large multinational, you rely on computer systems every day. Pair this with the rise in cloud services, poor cloud service security, smartphones, and the Internet of Things, IoT, and we have a myriad of potential security vulnerabilities that didn't exist a few decades ago. We need to understand the difference between cybersecurity and information security, even though the skill sets are becoming more similar. Governments around the world are bringing more attention to cyber crimes. Gdpr is a great example. It has increased the reputational damage of data breaches by forcing all organizations that operate in the EU to: Number 1. Communicate data breaches. Number 2. Appoint a data protection officer. Number 3. Require user consent to process information. Number 4. anonymized data for privacy. The trend towards public disclosure is not limited to Europe. While there are no national laws overseeing data breach disclosure in the United States, there are data breach laws in all 50 states. Commonalities include: Number 1, the requirement to notify those affected as soon as possible. Number 2, let the government know as soon as possible. Number 3, pay some sort of fine. California was the first state to regulate data breach disclosures in 2003, requiring persons or businesses to notify those affected without reasonable delay and immediately following discovery. Victims can sue for up to $750, and companies can be fined up to $7,500 per victim. This has driven standards boards like the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, to release frameworks to help organizations understand their security risks, improve cybersecurity measures, and prevent cyber attacks. Information theft is the most expensive and fastest growing segment of cybercrime, largely driven by the increasing exposure of identity information to the web via cloud services. But it's not the only target. Industrial controls that manage power grids and other infrastructure can be disrupted or destroyed. And identity theft isn't the only goal. Cyber attacks may aim to compromise data integrity, destroy or change data to breed distrust in an organization or government. Cybercriminals are becoming more sophisticated, changing what they target, how they affect organizations, and their methods of attack for different security systems. Social engineering remains the easiest form of cyber attack, with ransomware, phishing, and spyware being the easiest form of entry. Third-party and fourth-party vendors who process your data and have pure cybersecurity practices are another common attack vector, making vendor risk management and third-party risk management all the more important. According to the 9th Annual Cost of Cybercrime Study from Accenture and the Poneman Institute, the average cost of cybercrime for an organization has increased by $1.4 million over the last year to $13.0 million, and the average number of data breaches rose by 11% to 145. Information risk management has never been more important. Data breaches can involve financial information like credit card numbers or bank account details, protected health information, PHI, personally identifiable information, PII, trade secrets, intellectual property, and other targets of industrial espionage. Other terms for data breaches include unintentional information disclosure, data leak, cloud leak, information leakage, or a data spill. Other factors driving the growth in cybercrime include: Number 1, the distributed nature of the Internet. Number 2, the ability for cybercriminals to attack targets outside their jurisdiction makes policing extremely difficult. Number 3, increasing profitability and ease of commerce on the dark web. Number 4, the proliferation of mobile devices and the Internet of Things, IoT. There are many factors that contribute to the cost of cybercrime. Each of these factors can be attributed to a poor focus on best cybersecurity practices. A lack of focus on cybersecurity can damage your business in a range of ways, including economic costs, theft of intellectual property, corporate information, disruption in trading, and the cost of repairing damaged systems. Reputational cost, loss of consumer trust, loss of current and future customers to competitors, and pure media coverage. Regulatory costs. Gdpr and other data breach laws mean that your organization could suffer from regulatory fines or sanctions as a result of cyber crimes. All businesses, regardless of the size, must ensure all staff understand cybersecurity threats and how to mitigate them. This should include regular training and a framework to work with that aims to reduce the risk of data leaks or data breaches. Given the nature of cybercrime and how difficult it can be to detect, it is difficult to understand the direct and indirect costs of many security breaches. This doesn't mean the reputational damage of even a small data breach or other security event is not large. If anything, consumers expect increasingly sophisticated cybersecurity measures as time goes on. Human error was the cause of 90% of data breaches in 2019. This concerning statistic, however, has a silver lining. If staff are taught how to identify and correctly respond to cyber threats, the majority of data breach incidents could be avoided. Such educational programs could also increase the value of all cybersecurity solution investments because it would prevent staff from unknowingly bypassing expensive security controls to facilitate cybercrime.
This is a video from eSkillZone. For more videos, notes, and certificate, please visit www.eSkillZone.